30 now.
How many years did you work here?
Jeez.
A long
95 to 2000.
Seems pretty simple.
No kidding.
Yeah. How you know him?
I've been building sites for, gonna be 46 years in June, so
Okay.
I did a lot of work that you guys designed, you know?
Yeah.
I remember, did a ton of work that Hardman designed back in the day.
Interesting.
Sure.
No, that's down around here.
Back here to the left.
Okay.
Scott, I think I'm getting adjusted to the time change.
I don't mind falling back, it's moving forward. It is an hour.
It's I was screwed up last week.
Takes you a couple days.
It does, it does.
Well, it's kinda nice to have the light out now.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do stuff when you get home. Yeah, I guess it won't be sunset before 7:30 now, till what, October, November. We gain a minute a day.
Well, it's about that, yeah.
Yeah. So before you know, it'll be 8 o'clock.
When I go into my clinic, I get there at 6:15 in the morning, and my wife said to me, "Was it dark this morning?" I don't remember. I know, yes, it was. But it's nice and right now that it's light.
Were you the gentleman in the restroom?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You guys are looking to extend your waste management agreement.
Yeah, I think so.
Are they gonna try to give you 3 years?
It's 1 year extension.
Is that
We
it?
had a 3-year contract.
Yeah. We used to do 3 at a time. And the hard part is, a couple times we wouldn't get anybody else to want to bid on it.
That's gonna be a challenge.
It's,
Well, you see, it was City of York only had one bidder.
well, they're down where I live in Penn, not Penn, but I'm adjacent to Penn. They're still on a bag system. And
You
they're,
buy the bags and.
yeah, they're dropping it after this year. Because it's costing a fortune, they're $6 a bag. $6. And, you know, some of these families, the bigger families, they go through 4 or 5 bags a week.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
Well, if you rely on that system, that's too much.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you're spending $100 some dollars a month on trash. I spend $25 a month. And I get one big pickup a week, got a call ahead.
Well, who was the guy that ran for governor a couple years ago?
Scott Wagner.
Wagner.
That's Penn.
What's his,
Penn
that's,
Waste.
That's Penn Waste.
yeah.
That's who I have in my township.
He came to our meeting one night when they were soliciting to do our work. And I always remember because he stood out when there's 5 of us. And he said, I looked up all of your names and you all are current with your bills and I thank you for that.
You know, he pissed me off when he came to Adams County because it was the first time he was there to put a bid in. And he says he wanted the right to take legal action against people that didn't pay their bill.
Yes, he always asked that.
And that wasn't our thing. We don't bill people.
Right.
And
Yeah, he ran one. Didn't he just run again?
He ran against Tom Wolf.
yeah, he ran against Tom and then hasn't been back since.
Yeah.
No, and he sold his trash business.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he
Well,
sold-
he don't know that one.
No, he,
Hmm.
Knows where all the bodies are buried.
Literally. That's a shame, you know, was it last year, or year before, that Tim died in that snow?
John?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, up there in Canada.
well, two of them did.
Yeah, brother
Yes.
John and.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is the only one left now.
Big company.
Bob was a hell of a businessman.
I used to go up there and he used to tell me the stories of, he had a female limousine driver.
Yep.
That drove him around.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, they drove him around, he didn't drive.
Yep.
It was up there at Water Street.
Mhm.
Yep. We'd go in there in that bid room, he'd go in there and bid on plans, and he was always nice, always kind.
Went to Gettysburg this afternoon, and I passed 12 of your trucks between Heilersburg and on Old 15.
Yeah, Brad told me, what they're doing, 4,000 miles, I think?
They're
When it's all said and done.
right there at that development
Yeah,
where they're moving dirt there, going into town.
Yeah.
At Wise, before the Wise Market's there.
yep.
Okay. I assume that's where they were coming out of.
Was that development going in there?
No, what was this?
I don't even know what it is.
I believe we're taking it from a site in Sherr's, Scotland, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, one of their sites they were adjusting and they needed some fill. So we have a job, I don't know what it is, but we're taking loads there.
That's a housing development, between Old 15 and,
Well, I would think it
Oh,
was.
Hunter's
yeah.
Town Road.
Yeah, that's,
That's a different place.
yeah, no, that's it, that's Marty Hill's development that he's working with the widower of the guy that owned 1864, the hotel.
The motel there.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's a big single-family home development, it's like 170 homes.
It was on Hunter's Town Road.
Yeah, it goes all the way over.
Goes through to Hunter's Town.
Correct,
Yeah.
yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave, how you doing?
Good.
A little slow down there for a bit. Now we're picking back up again. Just when the warm weather hits, of course. I like to be busy with just a lot of proposals. Set in stone at this point.
A lot of developments.
What's that? A lot of redevelopments. We got this guy out of South Carolina, periodically pops up. He's got a lot of land deals in Middleburg, Lancaster.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he do?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he from here? Why did he come up?
Yeah, he's from,
Okay, and now he's down there.
yeah,
Okay.
his mom's local. A couple of years. Yeah,
We looked at some stuff down there. That's average charges, man. All those waterways and causeways, and I started thinking, like, what the hell? You're gonna develop that? You know what I mean? And it drops off.
Be underwater.
Yeah, 4 feet below. I'm like, how you doing that? It's just, and the prices are just out. It ain't this market.
Hey. Like as far as parking lot, I was like, yes, we just need
excuse me, are you out of the Chambersburg office with,
No.
I gotta come see Sam. Is he up there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
My friend Paul Minnick has been talking with him every day
Okay.
about a developers agreement.
Now,
So,
about getting it done?
yes, yes. I'm trying to be patient.
Sam is a busy man.
He is. I mean, it's a long shot, and Paul already talked to him, and he said he's gonna try to do it today.
Yeah.
But I was gonna
Oral ones.
bring everybody donuts tomorrow, so I'm just, yeah,
I had a great day.
you know, sometimes it goes a long way.
I like this little, this little one that's so
What township's that for?
Strabane. You know, they got a lot going on over there. And you get all the moving parts with Eric Kellner and GMA, and, you know, it's just.
All right, how about you?
You ever deal with Jody Evans or no?
Busy.
She's a traffic
Picking up
engineer.
bales.
I mean, I'm happy with me as much as it did. I was very wanted.
It's for sale, it's
Good thing.
Well, as a tariff affecting your
Letting it
dairy.
for part of the winter and
Yeah.
buying.
We were gonna buy.
okay,
Yep.
okay, there's not enough.
No, in other words, so if you pull out of where we are, and you literally look at right there, that's it.
Okay.
There's a big mansion.
Yeah.
That is apartments. It's not really, it's apartments. But then, to the right of that, kind of, well, kind of over to where you pull in, okay? It's not the gorge there.
Yeah.
Not
But,
much.
outfit
I
out
sent a
of
request over to Barney Slater.
Western
Clients.
PA. I talked
In
to the
Fairfield,
state
building,
agent.
and they want to import liquor from
Yeah.
Spain. When once they're there, the only place you can get it is from these monks in Spain. They would import it here and distribute it. And they're like, do you handle that? I was like, nope.
Surveyors.
Does it ever come?
20,000.
I was like, oh, we need somebody in Barney Slater. That's what
You know, buying the problem.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Plus, districts.
Because I said, well,
It's
I don't know
not
how that
the
works in
squeeze. The funny
Pennsylvania.
part is,
I don't know if you can sell liquor outside of the states, but I guess they can supply it to the states.
Yeah.
and you can see it on the tax map.
When I went to visit, usually in the state for these people, they had
Way down.
a room probably about the size of the tax office, just filled with wine.
It's a road.
Some of it they bought in like the seventies.
Really?
Yes.
Just still in crates from France. And they said,
Well, you don't have
"Would you just
access
like
to the
buy it,
gorge
if they never
yet?"
drank it. She's like, well, I guess they
No. That's
bought it, and
unfortunate.
then they slowed down drinking it, and just never drank
One
it.
thing
It's
that
interesting.
if you can, within a 10-mile radius of Steve, the site, I need to know if you're one of those things that need any fill.
Well, that's why I brought that one up. I heard from somebody that that,
DEP's making me get a little analysis.
Oh, sorry. I made it more confusing for that thing with Butler Township there for a second. Chuck filled me in. and
oh, we're going.
Made it a lot easier to split it.
And it was very aggravating. I was on the phone with like 6 departments.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they explain.
Yep, well, because I said, how are we supposed to agreement
And
do that just to just
Right.
I think we're looking at.
talk to us?
Just split
Let's
the invoices.
I'm calling all the engineers that I know, calling all the real estate agents that I know. Doing a hard search, I guess, and I said, all right, what's the plan? I said, you know, well, because I know, will we have some areas that we know will take it? I said, fantastic.
Yeah, but
I said, can you give them to me? Oh, no. I'm not saying it like that, just where. I'm like, I'm not specifically aware.
What?
And then the only thing that came up was Inch, which I know has a little quarry down in York. But I said, John,
I expected, yeah.
So what do you mean? I said,
Oh,
well, if
yeah.
you want to try axles on a car, you know, and 25-minute ride down the road, which turns into 2.5 hours.
You can't,
which is a half hour
train me, expect
Have
to
an
have.
round trip going around, you know, 400 loads a day. You're only gonna get 8 loads. If you're lucky on that truck, it doesn't work. So I gotta stay within a 15-minute drive. Project, I gotta get up tomorrow, that's us.
Well,
They're talking everybody else who doesn't want these trucks on the road with the emissions, you know, but it's, they're like, you're gonna have to search. And they just can't come up with 4 or 5 places. Again, I'm gonna try and get like 8 or 9 more books on that. I don't know what to do, but then if you can just, you know, HD engineering,
I didn't see it.
we were currently working on a
new house.
but,
That's
I'm not seeing it
you
from
know,
a distance.
we are not aware of,
affecting it, so you
any
gotta do something.
site
10 mile radius.
within, you know, this distance from the site of the state.
Okay, it's now 7 o'clock, so let's call the meeting of the Huntington Township Board of Supervisors to order. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a moment of silence at this time. Thank you. Any public comment on agenda items? Yes.
On the website,
State your name, please.
Marie DeGangi.
Thank you.
The website, I've been using it and been forwarding an agenda to another resident.
Okay.
The title of the agenda for tonight indicated Agenda November 12, 2002. So I looked for, you know how sometimes on a website it indicates if you have issues with the website, you can contact the web designer, which would be Misfits. So you'll have to contact them because I couldn't find any contact info for them
Okay.
to notify them. So
I looked at the website myself and it was fine, so I'm not sure what happened when you forwarded it, because when I opened it up, it was the right date.
it is the correct
Okay.
agenda, but if you forward it to someone from the website, it indicates on the subject line, it automatically fills that in, and it says agenda for November.
Okay. Elizabeth Howard?
How are you folks?
Good.
Betsy Howard, Rolling Road.
Yes.
I want to make a positive comment about our new culvert. Looks very nice. However, I had discussed this issue in the past. I was not informed that the road would be closed. It would have been a very nice courtesy if you could have just put a slip in the mailbox saying the road is closed, because there's 6 or 7 families on that road. And I could handle the maneuvering, no big deal. But maybe somebody else who's trying to get there, an emergency vehicle or something, they
No,
don't.
I call county, every time I close
Awesome.
the road, I call Adams
I'm
County
glad. Thank you.
Control, they notify police and fire, and they ask me, is the road closed to all vehicles? I say yes, because I'm digging a ditch across the road, so they are informed every time I close the
I'm
road.
very glad to hear that,
No.
but I worried about my mail woman.
She came in the other way, I seen her come in and turn around.
Okay, all right. I just want to go on record. It would be really just nice to have a notice.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
in the future,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, the first item is approve the February 13th minutes. Anybody have any comments or questions on them?
I have none.
I have
Not, I'll
no-
entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Also move.
I'll second it.
Been moved in second, to approve the minutes of the February 13th meeting. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item is the bill list. front of us. Any questions on that?
I have none.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the bill list.
I'll make that motion.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved and
Could you
sec-
read the number, the bottom total? Is it 38?
$36,665.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Total expenditures, including liquid fuels, are $38,911.77. Okay. It's been moved in second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the financial report. Would like to discuss that, Pat?
Okay, the financial report for March the 13th, 2025. In the general fund, we had total receipts of $71,214.88. Expenditures, $36,600.65. That lets a balance in the general fund of $830,595.87. In the ARP, the interest received was $1.18. There were no expenditures. The balance there is $30,796.45. In the state fund, we had receipts of $170,911.80. Expenditures, $2,311.12. That lets a balance in the state fund of $294,402.73. So the balance of all the accounts as of today is $1,155,795.05.
Any questions? The liquid fuel payment came through. That's the $170,000.
Is that, okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. The next item is miscellaneous items. The county, the Department of Emergency Services are looking for people that want to volunteer to help them look for warnings as far as weather issues. There's a training that's going to be held on Tuesday, March 18th at 6 p.m. at the 911 Center in Gettysburg. So I think there's flyers on the table if anybody's interested in doing that.
It is open to the public.
Right, so anybody who's
Could
likes
address
weather,
what is
meteorology, they can do
Skywarn
that.
training classes?
I'm sorry?
What is Skywarn?
That's what we're talking about.
No, but what is it?
It's, people in the public can help them look for issues in the weather, people that like to.
Oh, weather, not airplanes and stuff? I don't know, it says
It's a National Weather Service, and so I would say it's
Okay.
weather, not.
Okay.
Okay. Chuck, Roadmaster's report.
We did some, last there in February, we did some winter maintenance. Also did a culvert out on Rolling Road, needs replaced. We replaced that, we got the permit, replaced that. Also, I'm seeking the board's approval on rental equipment. One, I wanna rent a roller for some base repair, and I wanna rent a crack sealer for maintaining the roads with cracks. This winter has been very bad on the roads. I mean, we've got a lot of roads that are opened up from the freezing and thawing. It was pretty hard on them, so that's what I'm seeking on rental items.
Okay. And the estimated expense on those items?
The estimated expense on a roller, to rent a roller for a month was $1,800. The crack sealer was $6,500 with material. That includes the material to fill the cracks with, as well as the rental of the machine, so.
Okay. Any questions or comments on that?
No, I have
Okay. It's in the agenda about the approval, so we can take action on that, correct? So I will make a motion, we approve the rental of the roller and the crack sealer for the $1,800 and the $6,500 for the sealer and the material. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved in second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Supervisors report.
I had one person ask me if we were going to paint the center line on Trolley Road and Oxford Road, yes.
Okay,
And I said I didn't know what the plans were
okay,
for sure, but, there were two different residents.
okay.
They said they liked the line before. They were elderly, so I understand it.
Okay, can you get us some cost to do that, Joe?
Yeah, I got an estimated cost. It's 3 cents a foot for just one single line.
Okay, so,
I'd have to calculate footage on the roads.
why don't you get some numbers for us and we'll look at that next month,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
Paul, you have anything?
No.
Gus, I'll bring up, we received a notice yesterday late about a complaint from DEP
Right.
up in Myerstown Road in Labor Camp. Somebody was burning plastic, so they
Yeah.
submitted that to the township, so we're gonna investigate,
Okay.
write a letter.
Exactly.
Yeah, they claim they are burning plastics and black smoke and that type of thing, so we'll look into that.
Mhm.
The only other thing I had a couple people ask me about their tax notices, because it says Huntington Township on it, and I guess the assumption is, since it's come from Huntington Township, their taxes went up, and that was the county real estate tax, and it went up 15.8%, which is 7 mils, which is 70 cents for every $1,000, so, you know,
Yeah,
pretty significant increase, so, you know, even though it comes from Huntington Township tax collector, we are not collecting we are collecting the tax, but the money is going to the county. Okay, Gus, your turn, zoning officer.
Okay, let me get it up here. All right, it's been a busy month. I started with a permit to Garmin Builders for 130 Tammy Drive for a 2-story single-family house. And this one was on Gun Club Road, Dayberry, 1410 Gun Club Road for, he's building a garage addition to an existing house, and he's gonna turn the shop, garage that's part of the house into a hobby workshop for himself. He issued a permit to Rachel Isaac at 95 Tracy Drive for 29 rooftop solar panels on the roof of her house. I issued an occupancy permit to Chapel Hill Church of God on Oxford Road. They're gonna put in a daycare center for up to 12 children ages 1 through 5, which is the service that this township desperately needs. I issued a renewal permit to Mark Lear at 525 Rolling Road to finish the house and garage that he's been working on for over 10 years. I issued a permit to, this is Crown Castle USA. It's the cell phone company that owns the tower on White Church Road. They're gonna install antennas and ground equipment for a T-Mobile connection. I guess that's one of the larger companies in our area now. I issued a permit to Tony Starner at 140 Georgetown Road, who has a house on that lot, and he's gonna add an office in the back, 14 by 26 square feet, and a new two-car garage that's 30 by 20 feet. I issued a waiver letter to Terry Kohler at 391 Idaville, York Springs Road. They're going to replace the existing roof and gutters. I issued a permit to Brian Potts at 8164 Carlisle Pike. He has an 11-acre lot there with a house, and he's gonna take down an existing barn and replace it with a 31-foot by 50-foot pole building. That's about 1,500 square feet. And I issued a permit to Raymond Huffer at 90 Labor Camp Road. He has a 180 square foot single wide mobile home on the lot that he's gonna remove, and he's gonna move on it a 1,600 square foot double wide, which means that he'll have an increase of 620 square feet on that lot. And that's all I did. I had, you mentioned the complaint from DEP that we gotta look into. I will contact those people that are affected. And the other thing was, I did have one complaint about the large item pickup. The man was complaining because he called their website and told them what he wanted picked up was a sofa that was too large for one man to handle, and they came, looked at it, and put a note on it saying that this was gonna require more than one man, and they left it. So he called me, and so I sent an email to Chad
Okay,
that his website wasn't working right.
okay,
And that's about it.
okay, thank you.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
In reference to the DEP complaint, what is that about and for what is there a
It's-
property involved, I
it's the-
assume?
As I said before, somebody in Myerstown Road said, who's not.
Oh, that's the
D-
DEP complaint?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
The person who filed the complaint doesn't live in our township, but the people that were burning live in our township.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. Any questions for Gus?
No.
Okay. Scott, engineer report.
I apologize for not having something on the screen, but I'll go ahead
Sure,
and read it.
sure.
Greenbrier Road culvert, the majority of that work is done, the road is open. We just have to wait for some grass to grow and we'll clean up the area around it and fix the roadside channel and pave in the spring. Myerstown Road, we'll talk about that later under old business. Updating the subdivision land development ordinance is ongoing with Andrew at the county planning. 2 plans are currently under review. One is JVI Group. Board action is required by May 18th, and they are here later on the agenda. And 4J Farm subdivision, single lot, is also under review. And there's 2 more months left on their time.
Okay.
And that's all I have.
Questions for Scott? The letter we received from the Conservation District about EB mulch, anything new on that?
No, there's nothing new on that. The Conservation District is
They're
taking
taking
care of that.
Okay. Gus and Scott, we heard Mr. Roth at Hayward, we had the issue or concern. You wrote the neighbors a letter, correct?
Mhm.
Have you heard back from them?
I heard from Mr. Pard with the new house,
Okay.
and I was discussing that with Scott. I'll got more to talk to him about.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for Scott? Okay, fire company's reports. Did you receive anything?
Yes, I did. I got some of the calls and we have a request for vendor's bill.
Okay, I saw that, okay. Narima report, had a meeting, I believe.
Yes, Narima met, they had a report from the head of the organization on what they're doing, and they have not been doing too much because they haven't had any incidents. They answered questions from Reed DeGangi, and they had a report from Tyrone on the MOU on servicing the truck. And they're working on that, they're close to that, and when they get that written, it will come back to all the townships.
Okay. Thank you. Old business, the Greenbrier Road culvert, nothing more on that?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, the next one is review and approve the Myerstown Road culvert replacement progression. Approve the Myerstown culvert replacement project for bid advertisement, and approve geotechnical services for Myerstown Road culvert. Just some background, we had talked about possibly looking at county money to help like we did for Greenbrier, and
Correct.
they're not sure on how much money they're gonna have, and it's gonna be a delay, so we did explore that option.
Correct.
Okay.
And when will they know?
They would not know until after we apply next
Oh,
spring.
okay.
But
Yes.
they don't think that the funding will be there like we had for
Like we had the
Greenbrier.
first time around, okay.
Yeah, the letter she wrote basically said that the extra engineering expenses might offset the amount of money they have available this time.
Right, correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you talk now, Scott.
Okay, all the plans and specifications for Myerstown Road is ready to go. I need, if you so choose, to approve the project for advertisement for bid. The plans are in front of you. I'll need a signature on the plan. We also, related to that, I recommend the township hire geotechnical engineers to do compaction testing. We received an estimate from Triad Engineering in the amount of $3,065. So I request a motion for approval of that.
Okay.
Is that for the boring and?
No, the borings were already done. They were done a year and a half ago. This
I
is for
thought so.
compaction testing for the
footers.
footers and around the structure to make sure that it can carry the tractor trailer loads. I also request approval for purchase of the structure. That came in from Contact at $91,200. Just like the previous project, I recommend buying it straight from the manufacturer so we don't have to pay the contractor overhead and upcharge for that.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so there's 3 different action items here, guys. You guys have seen this already?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions or I'll entertain a motion to approve the purchase of the culvert of $91,000 for the Myerstown Road.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approving the purchase of the culvert for $91,000, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I will make a motion that we approve the bid advertisement for the Myerstown project. Is there a second?
That it goes to bid.
Yes, correct.
I will second.
Okay, been moved in second to put the project out for bid. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. And lastly, approve the geotechnical services.
I'll make that motion that we retain them to do the compaction study.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Anything else, Scott?
No, that's all. You can sign these later.
Yeah, well, okay. We already talked about the Rolling Road culvert replacement, that's done. Okay, CoStar's approval of participation in the SELT contract. It's in here somewhere. Any questions about that?
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's right here. Okay, you good with that, Chuck? Okay, any questions? I'll entertain a motion that we participate in the CoStar's SALT contract for this year.
I'll
Yeah,
make that
we
motion.
did, and this is acknowledging.
Okay, I'm
that
sorry.
They helped.
Okay, okay, I apologize, my mistake.
Yeah, this is just an acknowledgement that
We
have
received
order.
it, they,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry. Acknowledge the receipt of liquid funds, we already discussed that. The update the ADA review, as I mentioned before, Gary Schaefer from Schaefer Architects was in here. He gave us his written findings, and we have that. Like I said before, we have some signage issues, some markings we have to do. There's some issues with this front door and some of these doors, and we need to modify the bathroom. My recommendation is we look at this and see what we can do ourselves. I think we can do a lot of this, our functions ourselves.
I think so too.
If we don't, we'll have to look what we need to do. I mean, I think the biggest thing is some of these doors, the bathroom obviously, will be one of the major items, but it's not structural, certainly, it's just widening some doors and vanities, that type of thing, so. Any comments or questions about that? Okay, so I'll make a motion that we start proceeding, getting costs and obtaining requirements to comply with the recommendations of Gary Schaefer.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, update the website transition. We have, our website's been up and running. The minutes for the last 2 years, for 24 and 25, are on the website. It's been relatively easy to get the minutes up. Our plan is to keep the minutes after they're approved. We'll post them on the website so they're there. But we have the county website and we have the township website, and I would feel we should have one website so there's not any confusion. The county has a website and it says website. To me, we should put a link on there. When you click website, it goes to automatically to our website. So that'll be something we'll have to talk to the county about getting taken care of. But our website, and Trace just said that's not a big deal. They can put whatever they need to do that way. So
I think that's wise. I mean, it eliminates any confusion, and we had to use our website because we didn't
yeah,
have our own now.
yeah, certainly, the website, will need some work to update, and we're learning on how to do that, but it's not overly complicated, and the people have been very helpful to get things done, so. I'll make a motion, we transition to the Huntington at PAD.net as our official website, and work with the county to have them automatically transfer to our website if somebody's looking at the website.
Okay.
I will second that.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Question about that, please? Just wanted to check, is there a special employee that's in charge of sending all the minutes or any information to Ms. Fitz to have put on the website?
Currently, Christine has been the person doing that. Gus, I think, Gus can do that. I can
Well,
do that.
I submit my request
Right.
to her.
Ideally, I would think that the chairmans from each department, the plan commission and myself, should make sure that it's getting done correctly with how I envision it. I know how to put stuff on the website. I've been trained on how to do that. I've put some of the minutes up myself. So to answer your question, right now it's Christina is the one handling, notifying the website or putting them on herself. That answer your question?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, new business, discuss and extend agreement with Waste Management. Our current contractor agreement expires at the end of this month of March. The contract allows for a one-year extension at the same terms. At this point in time, if York Springs leaving, it's Lattimore and us with Waste Management. I think the only option we have at this point is to continue with the one-year contract, and with those rates, I think it makes sense to do that. Then we can explore different options. It's gonna be different with only 2 municipalities, or maybe only one looking for bids next time, so, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we have to. So, basically, I'll make a motion that we extend the contract for 1 more year with Waste Management. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. So the rates will be the same as they currently are, which are $67.25 a quarter and $19.65, I believe, for recycling quarterly. Discuss and approve the succession plan for township staff. Pat has been here, I don't know how long you've been here, Pat.
Since the year 1.
That's you. Pat
40 years.
40 years. Pat has told us she would like to slowly to hand that to somebody else. And I think we need to start looking at what we need to do to replace Pat, knowing that this will be her last year. She plans on working through the audit of next year. But until we get a job description and decide how we want to do it, I think we need to have that conversation. So that's what I'm referring to. You know, I think we need to look at the job description and see how we want to structure it. You know, looking at some other townships in the area, some people have an outside treasurer, some have an outside secretary. I think depending on who we find and what skills we have, I think we need to start looking and identifying what we want to do. So that's.
I think we can't start too early.
So, to me, the first thing would, you know, write down a job description and what we expect out of a position, and then after that's approved, we can look for advertising the position. You guys, you good with that?
Yep.
Yep, and at that time, I guess we'll have to come up with some kind of a wage scale.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the candidate, obviously, and,
Okay.
and how we structure that position.
Yeah, whether it's full-time or part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the next one is the approve the contracts and donation. Pat put something together. I didn't really have a chance to look at this. I personally would like to table this and look at it next month and make decisions.
That's fine. I think we usually try to look at it a month and decide the next month anyway, so
Okay. So,
I think that's reasonable.
okay. So I will make a motion, we table the donations and contracts until our next meeting.
I'll second.
Okay. Been moved in second. Any discussion about that? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, acknowledge the York Springs Municipal Authority intent to apply for an MPDS permit. We received notification that they applied for that, so by law, we have to be notified. The next, Heidelberg Fire Company invited us to their appreciation banquet on April 5th, so if you want to go, let Pat know, or so you can RSVP.
And I'd like to say that Jeff and I did attend the York Springs Appreciation Banquet, and they were very appreciative.
Good, very good. Okay, subdivisions, land development, Mr. Barnhart.
Good evening, Scott Barnhart. Once again, Roger Drake with JVI and Tim Deal today with HG Engineering. We came a couple weeks ago and 2 days to Planning Commission.
Yep.
At that time, after some discussion and explanation of where we stood, they felt proper to do a formal recommendation to this board. Since then, we've done basically 2 more additional items. The HOP that we've been waiting for, we posted that bond and we actually received the plans, correct, Roger?
Yeah, this week.
So we're just waiting on that physical permit to come back, but that's basically done now, the HOP. Yesterday, I talked to Christine Al. Did you see the letter she sent from the district?
From yesterday, no.
Okay. Yesterday, Christina Anders from Adams County Conservation, I talked to her. The major amendment that we resubmitted not long ago, she kept it in-house. It's not gonna go to DEP for review, which is nice on our behalf. She did her review, and she actually included, Scott, her technical review in with her admin review. So we got that back yesterday. Tim and Dave need about 2 weeks, give or take, to get that back into her, but there's really nothing offensive on there. So with that being said, and knowing that it doesn't have to go up to DEP now, I would expect, she's been very responsive, that if we get that back to her by the end of the month, most likely we'll have our MPDES permit in 30, 45 days, somewhere around there. At that point in time, once that MPDES comes back, the HOP being already approved, just physically waiting on the permit, we have a handful of comments that Scott had on his final review that I think you guys have seen. There's, I guess, a bond that we're gonna have to make sure we're on the same page as far as that work to be performed. But that's kinda it. So we got to the finish line a little faster than I thought we were going to because of that permit. So we're here tonight, answer any questions you guys may have, and if you feel obliged, I'd ask for the same treatment that the Planning Commission gave us a couple of weeks ago, a conditional approval based upon all of those outside agency approvals being met, Scott's items being met, and anything else that you may deem appropriate at this time.
Okay. Any comments, Scott?
My last review letter was dated February 20th, 2025. I recommended conditional approval based on several items. One being seal and signature of the engineer, owner's notarized signature, submission and approval of an engineer's opinion of probable cost and posting of financial security, preparing and recording the stormwater DMP operation and maintenance agreement, and having notes on pages 8 and 9 of the geotech report being added to the post-construction stormwater management plan, and approval and receipt of the PennDOT permit. Those were my recommended conditions for approval.
Okay. And we received a letter yesterday from the concert. That's the letter you're referring to?
That's the letter,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And
That was the
if you
review.
note, she did her technical review.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Any comments?
No, sounds like it's in order.
Okay. So you're requesting we give you a conditional approval
With those conditions.
with this?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we give them JBI conditional approval after meeting all the Scott's stuff and all the permits.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We'll get stuff funneled to you as quickly as we can.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Hey, wait, before you're on. When you turn in the papers with the signatures,
How many left?
well, I know we've gotta have just one.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're big rolls, I want electronic version.
Anyway, we'll.
But when you turn in that paper roll, mark it with tape or something that says this is it.
Okay.
All right?
I will do so. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
There's no other subdivisions or land development?
Not at this time, there's one with the planning commission.
Right. Okay, the next item is the right to know request. Marita Ganji on February 14th, Share Design, 24 January 25 invoices. Marita Ganji on 2/14/25, Salzman Hughes, December 24 and January 25 invoices. Marita Ganji, 2/19, John D. Nicola, Massachusetts, 113 emails, text between auditors and secretary treasurer from 4/13/24 through 10/25/24. Correspondence, texts, and emails between and among requester John D. Nicola and Patricia Davis from January 13th, 25 through February 19th, 25, and responsive records. Fourth one was John D. Nicola from Massachusetts, 22425. Attorney bills from Right to Know requests involving requesters John D. Nicola, Mr. Ganji, Mr. D. Nicola, and J. Dino. Fifth one, Marie DeGangi, 22625. Any and all executed contracts between the township and Misfit Interactive and the minutes of the Board of Supervisors meeting where the contracts were voted on and approved. Marie DeGangi, February 26, 25. Any and all complaints mentioned by Vice Chair Tom Strife at the February 24th, 25 Planning Commission meeting received by the township by any written communication including but not limited to emails, text, or telephone call complaints logged into township records made against EB Mulch and Soils, EB Clearing Incorporated, and their commercial property business located at 346 White Church Road, York Springs. Approved minutes of the Plan Commission meeting held on August 26, 24. Approved minutes of the Board of Supervisors meeting held on September 12, 24. Number 7, Marie DeGangi, March 4th, 25. Appeal to open office records regarding denial response to Right to Know for any and all written communications between and among auditors Laura Hoke and Suzanne Heilman concerning or referencing the video taken by Hope on her personal phone at the April 13th, 24 auditors meeting. So that last one is an appeal, okay? So our upcoming meetings are the Huntington Planning Commission is on the 24th of March. Our next meeting is on April the 10th. And the Narima meeting is July 2nd at Manalapan Township. Okay, public comment, any public comment? Okay.
Could
Okay.
you, could you explain to me what this JVI thing is?
It's these gentlemen right here. It's the people that,
I know, but what are they doing?
well, they're moving their business to that site up on Old 15.
McLeave's Furniture
McLeave's.
Store.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is that big mound there?
That's topsoil that they're gonna probably use when they're all done.
Okay, so they're just piling it
They're
there?
piling it there, and I imagine they're probably gonna use it when everything's graded off, you know, for
Gotcha.
topsoil proceeding.
Okay,
That, what the
so
plan
what
is,
is
I
their
guess.
business?
They're excavating and trucking,
Okay,
yeah,
Construction.
Construction business.
construction company.
thank you.
Pretty much a lot of road construction.
Okay. Okay, hearing no public comment, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Who seconded that? We didn't say anything about how exciting it was to have our meetings live streamed, did we?